Off the top, I owe you all an apology on this Lattafa Mashrabya. Listen, I got this a couple of weeks ago and I smelled it when I was sick. I was sick, I was getting over a flu, my sinuses, I was congested. I really couldn't smell much of anything, or at least this thing was messing with my senses. The cold, that was. This has been sitting for a couple of weeks, and I think I finally get what everybody else has gotten around me. I could finally smell it. And that's a great thing because now I could actually talk to you about it the right way. First off, let me say off the top, if you are a person that likes smoky, sweet fragrances, this is definitely for you. The things that I get from this, I kind of like the way that the different scent notes make these accords that kind of remind you of something that is in it that it's not. For example, me and a bunch of people kind of pick up on a bit of a cherry note that we feel is in there, but that's made by the accords that are made from the notes. What we're supposed to get from this is like a smoky apple cicia with dates, caramel, vanilla, and cinnamon. Now, we do get all of those things together, and they combine to create this really honeysuckle, smooth, yet still slightly creamy effect to this fragrance. However, the smokiness from the incense and that apple cicia keeps it in the vibe in which it smells kind of hot. It's like you're walking into a hookah lounge. For those of you who don't know what shisha is pretty much hookah. The apple shisha isn't exactly the hookah or the shisha. Let me see if I can find some shisha for you. Okay, so for all you shisha lovers, all you hookah lovers, you all know what this guy is right here. Inside, I still got it in this packaging. There's like these woody, tobacco-y sort of stuff. Shisha. I don't want to pick this up with my hands, but I'm going to. So, here we go. Shisha. Shisha. There we go. It doesn't exactly smell like the shisha, but it smells like the smoke, the clouds that you get from the shisha. It's not exactly look at my hands here. Now I'm stuck. Oh, no. It could come from the actual shisha. Correction again. Anyway, I do like the vibe that it gives you because I like fragrances that you feel like you could wear in a bit of a lounge setting. And the tobacco note that you get from this kind of puts you in that lounge setting. I would say that the fragrance like this is probably for someone mid-20s and up. It is still playful, yet you can still wear it grown. It leans masculine, but I could see a confident woman pulling that off, especially one that does like to be in, say, a bar setting or a lounge setting. Definitely a cigar lounge and a hookah lounge and things like that. It's kind of for that vibe. Now, that cinnamon and that caramel note makes it so that it performs best in the cooler weathers. However, can you wear it in warmer weathers? You can, but I will go light on the sprays and I will wear it at night. It's not really a daytime scent. Let me clear off my hands because this is kind of ridiculous. Now, the problem that I was facing when I was first wearing this is that when I first sprayed it on, I would smell it for about 10 minutes and then poof, it's gone. So now that I'm all cleared up, I said, hey, let's bring it back out. Let's try this thing again. Sprayed it on me, bang, 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 just 3 times, just on the arm, just so that I could just let it do what it's due. Fully expecting it to go away in about 10 to 15 minutes, and it did not. About 2 hours later, this thing was still pumping, still doing what it's due. And I'm like, yo, I think I might have to revisit this thing. 4 hours later, scent bubble is still just around me. Like any movement I made, I could smell it. 6 hours later, still doing the same thing. This thing was working. And I'm just here at the desk, just working. And I smelled it. I say at about 8 hours, it was definitely a skin scent. You can still do this. You can be about this close to it and you can still smell it. And I'm just like, this is such a beautiful scent. Now I see why my mother complimented me on it because it lingers. It sits there. It's a scent bubble. It creates a trail. It's everything. The only thing that I wish for, and this is only for my own sense of taste, and I need to find a fragrance that does this, I need something to dial up the incense note, to dial up that smoky vibe. I want a fragrance that has like a sweet honey tobacco, which this does, but really kicks up the smoky. And I'm going to be on a bit of a journey looking for that. Now, is it a projection monster? Is it something that's super beast mode? I think that if you spray it on enough, you could go heavy on the sprays, especially in the colder weathers. You could do, I mean, I may be wrong for this. I'm one of those heavy sprayers. I'll just spray it on and I'll do like 12 sprays. But if I do something like that, and here we're at the springtime going into the summer, you'll choke somebody out. In the colder weathers or at nighttime when it's a little cooler, I could do like my 10 to 12 sprays, but I would have to wait a good half hour before I step outside. And when I step outside, I need to let that air hit me for a little bit so that it could calm down. It's going to have to take, it's not red tobacco monster. It's not a red tobacco monster. Red tobacco, 3 sprays and you choking somebody out. This right here, you can still go a little heavy on the sprays, but you are going to need it to calm down. It's not going to be monster, but it is going to project for that first, say, 3 to 4 hours, and then it's going to just become a scent bubble. It's going to create that sillage. It's going to follow you, but it definitely does calm down. I think it's a great fragrance. And I think that I've created the setting for you to understand what this thing smells like. It's going to be sweet honey tobacco. And that honey tobacco comes from the date. Again, the dates, the cinnamon. This is a beautiful fragrance, bro. I owe everybody and Lattafa an apology because I couldn't smell it when I first got it. I couldn't. The people around me could. I couldn't. I'm open game now. And I could smell it. It's a beautiful fragrance. Is this something that I could recommend? I mean, I got it on Amazon for $27. And that's a darn good buy. I'll have a link in the description for this on Amazon. And yes, I do get a little bit of kickback. I think, I don't know, somebody bought a fragrance using my link and I didn't get anything. Doesn't matter here nor there. I will have a link providing regardless. I've seen it on other discounted sites, but the price is a bit higher. $27 for that? And it's supposed to be a bit of a inspired by Kilian Smoking Hot, which is a really good fragrance. I think that for that price point, I think that you can't go wrong with this Lattafa Mashrabya. You can't. Even if it wasn't inspired by Kilian Smoking Hot, as a standalone, as whatever this DNA is, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous, beautiful, and is definitely for your cooler weathers. I want to say anything from about 65 down. 65 is pushing it, but 65 down, and you can wear that guy. I highly, man, let me smell it again. I highly recommend this. Man. That cinnamon that's in there. Usually some cinnamons can be a little bit off-putting, but it's just a smooth, creamy. The cinnamon and the dates provide that honey smell with the apple shisha, which kind of gives it a bit of a cherry accord. And it's just smoky enough where it smells like it's warm, but not ambery warm, but like smoky warm. That's a dope fragrance, man. Now, if I had to rate this thing 1 out of 10, including price point, presentation, the juice, the longevity, and all of that, it's hard for me to go under an 8. That's definitely a good buy. If that is your vibe, meaning the setting, out lounge, date night, something cozy, you want to hold them in kind of tight, man, that's the vibe. Now, spring, summer, bright, daytime, hey, this isn't for that. And I would not recommend it for that. I recommend it for the situation that I said. That's good stuff. All right, apology over. You win.